started a new beer brew outside. I have 2 electric elements in. This is my new app. This came from my daughter for Christmas. I'm on the boil kettle settings here. Right now my water is 43 degrees and we just started to heat it up. So she's on the increase. My target temperature is 172 for mash-in. I got my alarm set for 167 degrees. Timer's not set. This is on my boil kettle. You can change all these. You can change all your temperatures here at the touch of a finger. Your alarm sets here. You set all your alarm for temperatures and controls. I got that set at 212 boiling. Your timer you can set at will. Of course, it didn't open for me. I didn't start it. So, got all that going. Nice little app here, so I can sit in the house here and enjoy my coffee and watch my temperature on my kettle. I just installed this the other day. And you see the video of me drilling it out and stuff. So it's pretty handy. I got a good signal, 1 bar. Not the greatest signal, but I'm about 40 feet away from the kettle right now. And I can see my water temperature's up to 44.6 already. So yeah, the electric element I got in there is doing a nice job. I got 2 of them in there actually. I got it sitting on a hot plate. And I got an electric 1000 watt element in there if I don't blow the fuse. How you doing? I probably will. So, nice little app. Haven't learned to use it all yet. I'll probably screw something up if I keep playing with it. So right now we're just monitoring the temperature, and when it gets up to temperature, I'll go in there and I'll dough in. We're going to use our own hops today. Oh, I'm thinking maybe 7-8 ounces of that we're going to be using, and don't even have a name for this beer yet. But I'll be working on that name as I sit here and watch the temperature come up there. I don't have to be out there. So yeah, we'll get back to you when we dough in, I guess. Why wouldn't I? We've been heating the water slowly with an electric element, and we are up to 158.9. We're looking for a target temperature of 175 is going to be my dough in. I have an alarm set for 170. That's when I'll head back out to the brew house to put in my water treatments and check the water and move the mash tun over into position and get it ready for draining and get the grains ready and get my spoon ready and my other equipment I got to take out. Batch 88. That was a fast spin. I got myself dizzy on that. We're doughing in on a new system today. We can shut our system off here. It turned out to be, of course I lost contact. Our water temperature's up to 178 now, a little hot, but the mash tun's cold. So this is the app my daughter gave me, and we're going to power that down now till she's done her job. And we're going to open up our spigot and fill our mash tun, and we'll be doughing in here in a matter of minutes. Why wouldn't I? So we did all this with a little electric heater today and on a hot plate. I just wanted to sit in the house and enjoy my coffee. So we'll dough in here in a couple of minutes. I got all my grain set and ready to go over in the other bucket right there, and the wife's going to help me stir it in, and we'll have a nice brew on. A nice brew on. So, we need to add some water for sparging here shortly. Which the wife will help me. Let's see what we came in at. Wanted to be about 158. Oh, a little low. And 152. 53. Okay. We just calibrated this gauge here this morning. 152, 154, looks like 155 about. And that'll cool down to 150 and 152, just where we want it. So let's get the cover on this, and we'll start that hour mash. Sometimes when you brew beer, it's all about position. And it's draining into the boil kettle from this position. And I cannot turn the camera around from this position. Those who watch my YouTube channel know what's behind me and maybe why I cannot turn it around. But yeah, we're brewing beer in a good old-fashioned way here, like God made you to brew beer. How you doing? You know, that's all I can say about that. Got some strike water heating up over there on a separate burner. We're doing it totally different, the lazy weight today. Of course, everything I do is the lazy weight. You need to take your time and enjoy everything. So, boil kettle's being filled from over there, from this position. And we'll get back to you later. And I do got a beer. It's that's a blood orange in there. We're on our second keg of blood orange. Why wouldn't I be? All right, we just transferred the beer to the boil kettle. Now we have a full amount. I come around here to the thing. 6 gallons. We boil off a gallon and we go to the fermenter. Still no name for this beer. Hoppy Pappy. Hoppy Papa. I'm a happy papa. Definitely a happy papa. So 9.5 ounces of homegrown 2019 hops.
919.
919 they were harvested. So in they go. And we'll just set them on the handle here real quick. We'll set the spoon over them to hold them in place. In one big bag we put them in, because that's I'm going to need a spoon to sink them in there. 9.9 ounces of homegrown Cascade hops from 2019. So they're in, and it's a big bag. This is usually you brew in a bag. Oh my goodness, is that heavy. Michelle, call me a weakling again. How you doing? It's heavy for an old man. Not an old man, but there's a lot of hops in that bag. Oh, we're going to lose a...
Oh, I can smell the summer.
Yeah, we can smell the summer here. So I'm going to douche those in there for a second. Not the terminology I should probably be using. I meant to say drape. We're doing this from the hot tub brew. And those who know me probably know that I can't turn the camera on myself for some reasons that YouTube will probably not allow. It's one of those brew days again. Hoppy Pappy, I guess we're going to call it. I used, oh shit. It is the last 15 minutes. We're going to put the Irish moss into this brew that we call Hoppy Pappy. Hoppy Pappy, something like that. 2019 hops. So we're going to put a cap full of Irish moss in. I think my finger was in the way of the camera there, but Irish moss is for clarification. Like I said, clarification. Irish moss is for clarification. How you doing? We come over here, we open the valve. Off to the fermenter we go. With this brew, I forget the name of it. Hoppy Pappy, I guess. Hoppy Pappy, something like that. The wife came up with this one. There's no other additives from here on out. So we're going to turn off our wort chiller. I'll set this down here a second. Over here we turn off the wort chiller on this valve. That is off. And I can pull it out and wash it off now if I want. Why wouldn't I? Let's get this out of here. Take it over here. Just drag it on down. We'll set it right there. And then we're going to wash it out. We're going to push the yeast. Here we go. Sanitized pack. Shake it on down. Cut it open. T58. We'll sprinkle it in. And we're done. Cover is on. Oh man, my fingers hurt. Looking for the bubbler. And this brew has been completed. Batch 88 has been completed. All right, this batch we brewed a couple last week. We call Hoppy Pappy, Hoppy Pappy, something like that. I don't even know the name. The wife came up with it. We sanitize everything here. We're going to get a sample of it and see how she's doing. It's only been a week and 1 day, but we want to know how she's doing because I need the fermenter to brew some more. So I like to take the bubbler out. We don't want no suckbacks. And we'll see if we can get some in here for a sample. Wait, she's that's a trub. The color looks good. Oh, the smell with my hops smells pretty darn good too. These were with the 2019 season of hops. Yeah, we're gonna have to let this this foam fade down before I can get a good reading. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna keg it, and we're gonna let it sit outside of the kegerator for another week, as like in a secondary, before we cold crash it. I just need a fermenter to do some other projects here. Yeah, she's got a ways to go, I can tell that. So yeah, she's not done fermenting. She'll ferment in secondary inside the keg. And we're not splashing, we got the hose at the bottom of the keg. This is only 4 gallons. We goofed up on the boil with the hops. The hop bag absorbed 9 ounces of hops. Absorbed a lot of liquid, a lot of the work. So we're only going to get 4 gallons out of this one. But we're going to let it ferment in the house under CO2. All right, we're going to get a sample of the beer that we made here, Hoppy Pappy, and see what she's like after fermenting in secondary. We'll pour one here and we'll do a taste test on it. Right away, and I can tell you she's poured a nice thick head. Very thick. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a milkshake head there. Very tight bubbles that are almost impossible to see. She shows at a 1 finger head, maybe 1.5, depends how big your fingers are. And I guess we'll come over here and try to get a sample. This beer made with 9 ounces of my hops, Cascade hops from the 2019 season. The head is starting to fade rapidly. I'll get a nose on it here. The Cascade hops come through the most. This was a simple brew. It was made with 8 pounds of 2-row, 1 pound of wheat, 1 pound of carapils, and I think a touch of chocolate. I could be wrong on that. So let's get on with a taste with it. It's got a creamy mouthfeel. And then the hops come in at the end here. This was a 1 edition hop, 60-minute edition of 9 ounces, like I said, right from the get-go for a 60-minute boil. Oh, rye. There's a 1 pound of rye in here. That comes through. Really spicy, tasty and spicy. That's what gives it the color. There's no chocolate in here. It's the rye malt that's got that darker flavor. So the lacing seems to be in order as she drops down on the second gulp. I got the 2 layers of lacing. I do like to enjoy that. I'll do that again, see if it leaves a 3rd layer. How you doing? I see 3 layers there, hey? 3 gulps. 3 layers. Let's see if it leaves another. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Beautiful lacing. The head's dissipating quick. What we did was we let this ferment in the fermenter for 8 days, and then we transferred it over to the keg, and we let the keg sit there for another week in normal temperatures and ferment in the keg in secondary. And we then we put it in cold crash and we poured it. She tastes it. The hops come through at the end, like I say, in the rye. The rye and the hops are what you taste in this brew. Not too bad. I did make a rye beer once over the summer, and I used 6 pounds of rye. And it was so, I didn't like it. Nobody at the party liked it, and I said, what am I going to do with all this beer? I made a video of that too. I back sweetened it with some blackberry sugars, and it came out not too bad. We didn't have to toss it, but you got to be careful when you brew it rye. She's pretty pungent. She's very spicy. So that'll be it for this one. Proust. Until next time. Brew on.